Hello, this is Eric from Higher Ground Gaming and my co-host Mr. Brody. We'll be bringing you a game from Detroit, 2017, April 25th to be exact. Detroit and Seattle were two of the teams that I hadn't gotten the pictures of yet, so I decided to do a game between them. It's only a few teams which I haven't got the pictures of, and I'll be featuring them. I think one is Houston, and can't remember the other one offhand, but anyway, I'll be featuring them in the next couple of days as we get closer to the April 30th date, which is the end of this stat pack, which I'll be downloading a new stat pack and dealing with stats through the first 6 weeks of the season as we approach, well, the All-Star break, which is officially starts today with the Home Run Derby. So this is a game between Seattle and Detroit. As you can see, Giovanni Gallardo will go for the Seattle Mariners against Daniel Norris of the Detroit Tigers. Seattle comes into the game with a 12-8 record. Detroit is struggling a bit at 8-11. All right, so set our lineups here. And as usual, I'll be playing the home team, which is Detroit. So that's the Seattle lineup, and that's the Detroit lineup. Just going to leave it like that. And I guess it looks like Cabrera is not going to be playing in this game. Okay. Not sure if he played in the actual game. And this game is not I'm not using the as-played lineups. I'm using the computer-generated lineups, as I've been doing all along. Except for when it comes to the Red Sox, then I'll switch stuff around for them. So all right, so here we are. Daniel Norris takes the mound for Detroit, and through 4 weeks of the season, he's got a 1-2 record with an ERA of 4.71, 21 innings pitched, 26 hits allowed, 11 earned runs, 1 home run allowed, and 11 walks, which is kind of high, and 15 strikeouts. So in the simulation, he's also got a record of 1-2, but his ERA is much better with 1.86, 19 1/3 innings pitched, only 11 hits allowed, only 4 earned runs, 1 home run allowed also, 13 walks, which is a bit higher, and only 12 strikeouts. However, his ERA is a lot better than it was in the actual season. As you can see, his WHIP was much better, like a half a run, 0.5 WHIP, 1.2 as opposed to 1.7. So all right, so he'll be facing a Seattle lineup. Is as follows: Kyle Seager will be the third baseman and bat first. Robinson Cano will bat second and plays second base. The right fielder is Mitch Haniger. He'll bat third. Batting cleanup will be the DH, Jared Dyson. Batting fifth will be Guillermo Heredia, the left fielder. Batting sixth will be Gene Segura. Batting seventh will be Mike Freeman, the first baseman. No relation to the other first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Mike Zunino will be behind the plate and bat eighth. And playing center will be the Leonis Martin, a longtime Texas Ranger. So, as you can see, no Nelson Cruz in the lineup. We have Jared Dyson DHing. And so Nelson Cruz, so two big names, Nelson Cruz for the Seattle and Miguel Cabrera for Detroit, at least will not be starting the game. So, all right. So, Kyle Seager is hitting .253 through April 30th with a homer and 15 runs batted in. So far in the simulation, he's faring much better. He's hitting .338 with a homer and 10 runs batted in. Also has a great on-base percentage of .440. And he'll lead it off. So that makes it good for a good leadoff hitter to have a good on-base percentage. So he'll need a .618 and above to get on. And it's going to be a deep fly ball to center. Jones runs it down and Seager is out. So that's how we'll begin. Robinson Cano now. Hitting .278 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in so far in the replay. Through the first 4 weeks, he's hitting .252 with 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. So Norris looks in for the sign. McCann flashes the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. 646 and above will get him on. And he does. He gets a single to right. Just out of Collins' reach. Drops in front of Collins. Feeds it back into Romine. So we have a 1-out base runner for Mitch Haniger. Hitting .234 with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in. He'd be hitting .342 with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in, so it fared much better in the actual season so far. So Cano gets his lead off first. See if he can get a lead to try to steal. And it looks like he's going to get a lead. He's going to go. And he's going to steal the second on McCann. So Cano gets himself in the scoring position. Now an RBI opportunity for Haniger. He'll need a .486 and above to get on, so he's got over 50% chance to get on. .684 and above will be a hit, and it's going to be a hit to right. And see if they're going to send Cano. He's going to try it, and McCann can't hold on to the ball, and Cano is safe with the first run of the game. So Seattle scores first. Here on the top of the first. On a 1-out single by Haniger, who takes second on the throw. So he'll get himself an RBI. And I'll bring up Jared Dyson. He was hitting just .229 with 5 runs batted in the actual season. Hitting .242 with a homer and 6 runs batted in so far in the simulation. Another runner in scoring position and an RBI opportunity for Dyson. .643 and above will get that run home. Well, get him on base anyway. Oh, and he's going to hit one into the corner. And Dyson's going to try for 3, and he's going to be safe. So Jared Dyson gets himself an RBI triple. And Mariners are off to a good start. Now lead it 2-0. So Haniger's going to see if he can bear down now. As Guillermo Heredia comes to the plate, hitting .360 with a homer and 3 runs batted in 9 games, 25 at-bats. And in almost 50 at-bats in the actual season, he would hit .327 with 2 homers and 3 runs batted in. So he's off to a good start, both in the actual season and in the replay. So, deep fly. At least a medium fly ball will most likely get him in. So 583 and above will get him on. And it's going to be a single to center field, and Dyson will come home easily with the 3rd Seattle run. So Seattle has put up a 3 spot so far. Still only 1 out. Gene Segura hitting .328 with a homer and 16 runs batted in, so definitely off to a great start, especially production-wise. Whereas he only has 8 RBIs, hitting .317 with 2 homers in the actual season, so he's doubled his RBI total with still 5 days to go. Already gets himself the lead off for first. He'll need a .594 and above to get on. see if he's... And it's going to be a shallow fly ball to right. Collins is there and makes the catch for the second out. So Heredia will get himself back to first. Now with 2 outs from Mike Freeman, the first baseman. Hitting .250 with a homer and 3 runs batted in. Just 12 at-bats. And in 18 at-bats through 4 weeks, he was hitting just .111, so he's off to a little bit better start than that. So he'll need a .650 and above to get on. Norris looking to get out of it here. Cannot get the lead, Heredia. And it's going to be a strike 3 called. So the Mariner inning comes to an end, but they put up a 3 spot, and we head to the bottom of the first with Seattle 3 and Detroit coming up. So Gallardo now has himself a 3-run cushion. And let's see, let's check him out. Oh, that was him. Used to seeing him in an Oriole outfit. So far in the simulation, he's 1-1 with a 3.38 ERA, 18 2/3 innings pitched, 19 hits allowed, 7 earned runs. He's not allowed a home run yet, 8 walks and 13 strikeouts. Hasn't fared so well in the actual season. 1-3 record with a 5.08 ERA, 28 1/3 innings pitched, 16 runs, all of them earned, 2 homers, and 10 walks and 23 strikeouts. So the lineup for the Detroit 8-11 Detroit Tigers is as follows. Ian Kinsler will be the DH today and bat first. Andrew Romine is the second baseman, batting second. The left fielder Mike Matuk will bat third, batting cleanup. Kind of a strange spot will be Alex Avila, the first baseman. Miguel Cabrera is not in the lineup so far, at least to start. Nick Castellanos, the third baseman, bats fifth. Tyler Collins, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Behind the plate, batting seventh, will be James McCann. The shortstop, Jose Iglesias, will bat eighth. And the center fielder, Jacoby Jones, will round out the lineup at ninth and play center field. Alright, so Ian Kinsler, DH today, hitting .288 with 5 homers and 12 runs batted in, so good power numbers so far early on in the season. He'd only have 3 homers with 8 runs batted in a .207 average, so he's fared much better in this replay so far. The .655 and above will get him on against Gallardo. It's going to be a deep fly ball to center. Martin drifts over and makes the catch. So 1 up and 1 down for Detroit. Brings up Andrew Romine, the switch hitting second baseman. So he's hitting .264 with a homer and 5 runs batted in so far. .250 with a homer and 5 runs batted in the actual season through 4 weeks. So Gallardo looks in for the sign from Zunino. Here's the windup and the pitch. .663 and above will get him on. And it's going to be a single to up the middle. So 1 out single for Romine. Mike Matuk steps into the box. Struggled on the actual season with a .194 average with a homer and 3 runs batted in, 31 at bats. Doing much better in the replay, hitting .286 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. We need a .653 and above to get on. And it's going to be a ground ball to first. Freeman fields it and hustles to the bag for the out. So Freeman moves up to second on the fielder's choice. Brings up Alex Avila, first baseman today. Hitting .250 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. In the actual season, he was on fire, hitting .405 with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in. So he'll need a 560 and above to get on. And to get a single would be 687 and above. Will most likely get the runner home. Oh, it looks like he gets a hold of that one. And that one's going to go all the way to left field for the home run for Alex Avila. So he continues his hot hitting as he hits his... So the manager went with the hot bat there. He just hit his, I think that's his 5th home run of the year. No, 2nd home run of the season. So... Detroit is now within 1, so Detroit so far has put up a 2 spot. So 2 outs now for Nick Castellanos. Take a look at his stats. Hitting .203 with a homer and 8 runs batted in so far in the replay. Hit .245 with 3 homers and 14 runs batted in the actual season through 4 weeks. So 665 and above will get him on. And it's going to be a deep fly ball to center, but Martin seems to track it down, and he does. So Detroit answers with a 2 spot, and after 1 full, Seattle leads Detroit 3-2. All right, so Zunino, Martin, and Seager will be up for the Mariners, up by 1. Norris back on the hill. Catcher Zunino is hitting .172 in the actual season with 2 runs batted in. And he's hitting .235 with 3 homers and 15 runs batted in the replay. 646 and above will get him on. Not much of a home run threat. And he will strike out swinging. So, 2nd strikeout of the day for Norris. Brings up the center fielder Martin. Struggling at .161 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in the replay. Struggled even worse in the actual season, .111 average with no production numbers. Thus batting number 9 in the lineup. So 709 and above will get him on base. And another swing and a miss for the 2nd out. So 2 strikeouts for Norris here in the top of the 2nd. He much better than he did in the top of the 1st. Brings up Kyle Seager. He is 0 for 1 so far in the game. 2 down and bases empty. And it's going to be a slow ground ball to first. Avila smothers it, flips to the pitcher covering, and Seager's out. So Mariners going to order in the top of the 2nd. Score remains 3-2 Seattle. So Tyler Collins, the right fielder, will lead it off for the Detroit here in the bottom of the 2nd. He was hitting .292 with a homer and 5 runs batted in through the first 4 weeks. Struggling so far in the replay, hitting just .200 with 4 runs batted in. The power numbers have yet to show up for Collins. Only had 1 homer in the actual season, so he'll need a 627 and above to get on. And he does. It's a 745, which is a single to center. So a leadoff base runner for the Tigers. Tying runners on board for James McCann. Hitting .218 with 4 homers and 13 runs batted in the replay. Hitting just .164, so he would go into a slump after this if not that much of a slump. 164 with 5 homers and 11 runs batted in, so the power numbers are just as they were in the regular season, but his average is a bit higher right now with 5 games to go till we hit the 30th. So Collins gets his lead off first. And it's going to be a wild pitch. So a wild pitch on Gallardo. Collins will move up to second. And McCann swings and a miss. Some high cheese. So 1 out now for Iglesias. Hitting .233 with a homer and 8 runs batted in the actual season. Hitting just .177 with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in the replay. So 689 and above will get him on. 739 and above will be a base hit. And he'll strike out with a second out. So 2 Ks by Gallardo. Brings up number 9 hitter Jacoby Jones. 210 with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in so far in the replay. Hit just 150 with a homer and 4 runs batted in the actual season. 683 and above will get him on. And he'll strike out. So Gallardo strikes out the side after a leadoff single and a wild pitch. And Seattle maintains a 3-2 lead going into the 3rd. Okay, let's see. Next up will be Robinson Cano. It's 1-for-1 with a run scored. Doris looks for the sign and delivers. And he'll draw a walk. Way outside on that one. So Cano is on to lead off the Mariner 3rd, looking to extend that Seattle lead. Mitch Haniger up now. RBI single in the 1st. Get around to score a run for Seattle. And he rocks one to the left field. That's going to go in the corner and bounce around. Going to be a triple as Cano comes around all the way from first, and Seattle doubles up now on Detroit 4-2, and Haniger himself an RBI triple. Second RBI of the day. All right, dice it up now, 1-for-1 with an RBI and a run scored also. There's an RBI opportunity now with nobody on. With nobody out. I think we're going to bring the infield in. A little early, but I think we're going to. The infield is playing in for Dyson. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Matuk races towards the line and makes the catch. And Haniger's going to tag up. And throw comes in. Don't even try at it. As Haniger scores the 5th Seattle run. So, RBI. Sacrifice fly RBI for Dyson. Second RBI of the day. Brings up Heredia. 1-for-1 with an RBI. And it's going to be a ground ball to third. Castellanos dives and throws to Avila from his knees. Awesome play by Castellanos. The second out of the inning. So there's action in the Detroit bullpen. As we lead it now Seattle leads it now 5-2. Segura in the box now, 0-for-1. And It's going to be a smash to first. Line drive, and Villa makes the catch for the final out. So 2 runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. So after 2.5, Seattle 5 and Detroit 2. At the top of the order, Kinsler coming up now. He's 0 for 1. So Garrett now has back to a 3-run lead. And fly ball to center. Martin squeezes it for the out. So 1 down for Romine. 1 for 1 with a run scored. And it's going to be a hot shot to short. Segura reaches and pulls it in. And Romine is out. So line drive out to Segura, the second out of the inning. So Mike Matuk, 0 for 1. And he will strike out on a wicked slider. So after 3 full, the Mariners 3 and the Tigers 2. 5 and the Tigers 2. Mike Freeman will lead it off for the Seattle here at the top of the 4th. Norris back out there, at least to start the inning. And it's going to be a shallow fly ball to right. Collins is under it and makes the catch for the first out. Next up is Zunino, 0 for 1. And he'll strike out. 4 Ks on the day for Norris. Norris definitely needs a 1-2-3 inning here. Martin 0 for 1. And he will not get it as Martin singles to right. So 2-up base runner for the Mariners. Sager up now, 0 for 2. And another back-to-back 2-out singles has Seattle in business. As Martin stops at second, I think that's going to be it for Norris. As Brad Osmus comes to the mound, takes the ball from Norris. Let's see who's going to come in. Let's check out the bench coach. So you got Cano. We got a bunch of lefties coming up, so let's see if we can get a lefty coming in. See who we got in the pen. Possibly Matt Boyd. He might be a candidate. Ooh, we got 3 lefties here, though. Let's check out Justin Wilson. Check and see. Oh, he's only pitched 1 inning in the simulation. He's pitched 10 innings in real life, so I think we're going to bring in Justin Wilson. Yeah, he's not a starter either, so we're going to bring in Wilson, I think. Looks like a good candidate here. Needs to get a little work in. We shut the door on Seattle here. So give Detroit a chance to get back into this. Justin Wilson comes into the game. So he's got a record of 0-1, ERA of 18 so far in the replay. So 2 runs in the innings pitched, 3 walks and 1 strikeout. But in the actual season, he's 169 and 10 2/3 innings pitched with a record of 1-1. 17 strikeouts in that 10 2/3. So hopefully he can shut the door in Seattle here. So he'll have 3 lefties coming up, I believe. No, Haniger's a righty. So 2 lefties though. So Cano being the dangerous batter here. They're going to try to keep Cano off base here. Hopefully hit into a double play. So 840 and below. Justin Wilson very good against Wow, that's amazing. He must be incredible against lefties because Cano is no slouch. But Cano will need an 841 and above to get on base, 840 and below. So 391 and an 840 is a chance of a double play grounder. Strikeout wouldn't be bad either. So here's the windup by Wilson in the pitch. And gets the strikeout. Called third strike. Cano was not happy with that one. Very close. Too close to take. Oh, they didn't need the double play. That was the third out. My bad. So he gets Wilson, gets Cano to strike out to end the threat. And the score remains Detroit trailing by 3. So Detroit's got a little bit of work to do here. Avila will lead it off. He's 1 for 1 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. To get a second home run, they need a 957 and above. And it's going to be a shallow fly ball to right. Hannon will run it down. The first out. Alright, so Castellanos up now, 0 for 1. And it's going to be a single to right to center. So 1 out single for Castellanos. Brings up Collins, 1 for 1. And he will strike out. Swing and a miss. So 2 down now for James McCann. 0 for 1 in the day. And it's going to be a wild pitch. Castellanos moves into scoring position. And it's going to be a fly ball to center. Deep fly ball. Martin makes a one-handed catch for the out. So that certainly would have gone extra bases if he wasn't able to get to that one. So through 4 full, it's 5-2 Seattle. And Mitch Haniger is having a great day, comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Wilson will be facing him. He came in and got Cano last inning to end the threat. And it's going to be a hot shot to third. Castellanos fields it, low throw, and it's dug out by Avila. So Avila saved Castellanos on that one. So 1 up and 1 down. Brings up Jared Dyson, 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. And he will strike out swinging. Big miss there. 2 up and 2 down for Seattle here in the top of the 5th. Brings up Heredia, 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he's going to hit one to left. It's going to get past Matuk all the way to the wall. And he'll have himself a 2-out double. So Segura up now. He's 0 for 2 in the day. And he will strike out swinging. So halfway through, Seattle leads it 5-2. It'll be Iglesias, Jones, and Kinsler for Detroit, down by 3. Carrero back out there. Iglesias 0 for 1 in the day. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Heredia drifts to his right, makes the catch, 1 down. That'll bring up Jones, Jacoby Jones, 0 for 1 in the day. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Heredia's there and makes the catch, 2 down. Ian Kinsler DHing today. 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be a hard ground ball to second. Room service hop to Cano. He throws to Freeman for the out. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. So after 5, it's Seattle 5, Detroit 2. This will probably be the last batter for Freeman. We'll let him pitch this lefty here. Possibly, we'll see. Might let him pitch a little bit longer, although he's only pitched 1 inning on the actual season, where he pitched 10 in the replay. So I mean, in the actual season, as opposed to only 1 in the replay. So we may give him another inning as long as he's fresh. It's probably going to be his last batter here, though. Let's see. So strike 3 as Freeman strikes out, brings up Zunino, the catcher. 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be a fly ball to center. Zunino's out. And we'll give him another batter here. It's the lefty on lefty, see if we can get a 1-2-3 inning. And he strikes him out for his 5th strikeout of the. That was his 5th strikeout. Yeah, Wilson's 5th strikeout. So 2 1/3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. Really good in relief there. Kept the game fairly close. So it'll be Romine leading it off for the Tigers here. Bottom of the 6th. Romine's 1 for 2 of the runs scored. And he's going to be 2 for 3 now. So he gets a single to center. Brings up Matuk. 4 for 2 on the day. Going to get the see what happened there. Actually, strike 3 called, so he didn't get the lead. So 1 out, and Romine on first now for Alex Avila. The 2-run homer in the first, and he'll strike out here in the 6th. Castellanos up now, 1 for 2 in the day. Gallardo looking strong, and he'll strike him out for his 8th K of the day. So Gallardo is cruising along now after a little bit shaky first inning. Put up goose eggs after that. And that's going to be it for Wilson. See what we got coming up here. We get Sager, Cano. So we get 2 lefties coming up, so we'll probably bring in another lefty. Let's see what we got here. Let's check out Hardy Blaine Hardy. He's pitched 6 in the 3rd. He's only pitched 1. Yeah, we'll give him some work. So bring in Blaine Hardy to relieve Wilson, who did an awesome job. Striking out 5 in 2 1/3 innings. So Blaine Hardy, the lefty, comes in. And so far in the replay, in 1 1/3 innings, he's got no record with an ERA of he's not allowed an earned run yet. 2 runs, but they were both unearned. Home run, 2 strikeouts. 284 average, 1 no record in the actual season, 6 1/3 innings pitched. So he'll face Sager, Cano, and Haniger. We're going to keep this a 3-run game. So 688 and above will get Sager on. And he'll strike out. McCann frames it perfectly. Brings up Robinson Cano, 1 for 2. 2 runs scored. And he'll walk for the second time today. Brings up Haniger, 2 for 3. A couple RBIs and a couple runs scored. 545 and above will get him on. And he can't get a good lead, so he's going to stay put. And Haniger will swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. So Jared Dyson up now, 1 for 2. A couple RBIs and a run scored. Hardy looks into the sign for McCann, gets the windup and the pitch. And he will strike out for the... So 3 strikeouts for Hardy. Detroit pitching has bared down and gotten quite a few strikeouts in the last 3 innings. Keep the game close. Fortunately, the Detroit offense has been unable to do anything against Gallardo. So Collins will lead it off, 1 for 2. Gallardo back out there for his 7th inning. And a good start to the inning as Collins gets himself a single to right. So McCann up now, 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be a fly ball to center, shallow fly ball. Martin will drift to his left and make the catch. So Gallardo has reached his 25 batter limit there. So he'll probably won't be long before he comes out. So Jose Iglesias up now, 0 for 2. It's going to be a hot shot to Segura. Line drive. He didn't even have to move, so Collins scampers back to first. So 2 outs now. Jacoby Jones, 0 for 2. 678 and above will get him on, and it's going to be a 503, which is a dribble in front of the catcher. Zandino fields it and throws on to Freeman for the out. So nothing doing for the Tigers again in the 7th. Take Hardy out. Hardy out. Go to the pen again. Righty, lefty. Still bringing it to the righty. We'll bring it to the righty this time. Let's see. Joe Jimenez. Jimenez will come in. He'll face Heredia. Jimenez real life, 4 1/3 innings, no record. 12.46 ERA. Replay 27 ERA, so he's not fared well in both the replay or the actual game, in the actual season. So let's see what he can do here. So already up now, 642 and above will get him on. And it's going to be a fisted to third base. Castellanos charge it and throws it to Avila for the first out. Juan Segura up now, 0 for 3. And he'll strike out. Another strikeout for Detroit pitching. Brings up the lefty Freeman, 0 for 3 on the day. Jimenez up in for a 1-2-3 8th. And he will not get it as Freeman takes it to left for a 2-out single. Mike Zunino up now, hitless on the day. 7:05 and above will get him on. And it's going to be a shallow pop to the catcher. Cam tosses the mask, waits for it, and makes the catch. The score remains 5-2 Seattle. Time running out for the Tigers. They have managed nothing since the first inning. So Kinsler, 0 for 3 on the day. And it's a hot shot to Segura. Backhanded grab to the right, and Segura throws to Freeman for the out. So next up will be Austin Romine, 2 for 3 on the day. One of the bright spots for Detroit. Other than Bill hit the 2-run homer, and he's got himself his 3rd hit of the day. Single to right. So bring up Mike Matuk, 0 for 3. Gallardo's still out there. And it's going to be a softball on ball to second. Easy play for Cano as he throws to Freeman for the out. Romine will advance to second. So run in scoring position for Avila, who's knocked in both the Detroit runs and a 2-run homer in the first. That's another RBI opportunity here. And he's got himself a single to center. And he'll make it. So, 3rd RBI for Avila, advances to second on the throw. So 5-3 ball game now. Tying run comes to the plate in Castellanos, 1 for 3 in the day. And it looks like Casey Fiend is going to come in for Seattle. He's pitched 8 2/3 innings with no record and a 5.19 ERA. In real life, 15 ERA and 6 innings of work. So he's outpitched his actual stats as far as innings go. So a great opportunity for Castellanos now. 908 and above, so he's got almost a 10%, over a 9% chance for a home run here, which will tie the game. And he cracks one there. Going, gone to left field. So Castellanos comes in, comes and greets Fiend with a 2-run home run to tie the game at 5. So it's all even now, 5-9-0 for both teams. So it's a new ball game. Collins up now, 2 for 3 on the day. So that quieted the fans. Excited the fans. And that'll do it. Rounds out to Cano, but Detroit comes up with a big 3 spot and ties the game going into the 9th. Let's see. 3 lefties coming up. I think we still have another lefty in the pen here. Might as well use him. Kyle Ryan, as we use our third lefty out of the pen, 4th lefty of the day. So Ryan's going to come in. You saw his stats there. So he'll face 3 lefties: Martin, Seager, and Cano. So 595 and above will get Martin on. Smoking fastball, swings and misses. Martin is down on strikes. So Detroit pitching continues to dominate as far as strikeouts go. Kyle Seager up now, 1 for 4. he'll draw a 1-out walk. Brings up the dangerous Cano. 1 for 2 with a couple of walks and a couple of runs scored. See if he gets his lead off first. See if he gets the jump. Does not get the jump. Will have to stay. And Cano hits a hot smash to second. Romine gets it. On to Avila. Double play. I don't even know what that is. Aha. Looks like that was a song to get the hometown team excited. Never actually heard that before in the game, but appropriate. Let's see if that motivates the Detroit Tigers with some Survivor. As they definitely are some survivors today. See if they get that Eye of the Tiger. Well, that makes sense. Eye of the Tiger. There you go. Never even expected that to be in this. That's one of the little kind of hidden gems in the game. Makes me interested to see if any other teams have that. Songs like that. Hopefully YouTube won't get me for a copyright strike there. Anyway. That's part of the Digital Diamond game. Nothing I put in. So alright, so that'll bring up James McCann. So the McCann, Iglesias, and Jones. See if Detroit can walk off with a win here in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like Casey Fiend is back out there again. McCann's 0 for 3. We want a pinch hit. Let's see. Let's take out the bench coach here. So McCann is 603 and above. We'll get him on. Ooh. Yes. If you want to bring Cabrera in now. 548, 595, 602, 519. Ooh. We might bring in Justin Upton. So we got some good players on the bench here. We're going to bring in Justin Upton. We're going to bring in Justin Upton. Yeah. He's got a good home run opportunity too. So Justin Upton is going to come on to pinch hit for McCann. So must be a Sunday game. That's why they have these days off there. Some of the starters have their day off. So Upton is 286 average with 4 homers and 11 runs batted in. Definitely send off Detroit with the win with 1 swing. 290 average in the actual season with 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. Casey Fiend back up there. So we had a rough 2017 so far, so 882 and above will send the hometown fans home happy. 519 and above will get him on base. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's a leadoff walk. Which is good because I don't think that would have been good enough for Cabrera. And now we're going to replace Iglesias here with a pinch hit for him. Want to make sure we have enough. Yeah, when Machado can come in and be a shortstop. Dixie Machado. And then a catcher, yeah, and Hicks can come in to catch. Good. Alright. So Cabrera is going to come in. He's hitting 268 in the actual season with 3 homers and 9 runs batted in, so struggling by his standards. So far, yeah, he's struggling mightily so far. Let's see if he can. 237 with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in the replay. But we're still going to bring him in because he still is Miguel Cabrera. Best hitters in baseball. So Cabrera comes in. pinch hit for Iglesias. Being still out there. So here's the windup by Cabrera in the pitch. Running 3, let's see here. Let's see, who am I going to bring in? Yeah, these are all 3 runners too, so there's not much. Yeah, we're just going to leave them in because nothing would be an upgrade there. That's the one thing about this game, is that sometimes the ratings here, there's not really much variation. It'd be nice if it was like a 1 to 10 rating instead of, I think a lot of it's like 1 to 3 rating, so there's not much of a variance here. Nice to see if it were like 1 to 10, some of these stats here. Maybe not for arm, but definitely for range and stuff like that. You kind of like to see a little bit more variation there, but fine game nonetheless. So alright, so Magura comes up. Cabrera, not McGregor. So he'll need a 543 and above. 895 will send the hometown fans happy, and anything above an 839 will most likely score the runner from first. So being up there, looks in for the sign from Zunino. Here's the windup in the pitch. Oh, and he gets Cabrera swinging for strike 3. Wow. Fooled him on that one. So Jacoby Jones up now, 0 for 3. Oh boy. We pinch hit for him too? We might have to. Gotta make sure we have enough. So he's a center fielder. I suppose we could bring in. Let's see what the difference here. Jacoby Jones is 598 and above. He's 530. We got to give ourselves that chance. 530, 543. I think we're going to do it. We're going to exhaust our. Yeah, we're going to bring in Aducci. He will come in, so we're using 3 pinch hitters for 3 straight batters. Osmus is trying to help maneuver the Seattle. Alright, here's Mr. Brody, my co-host, giving his advice on the Detroit strategy here. Don't know why it says Miguel Cabrera is still up here, because I thought he just struck out, but apparently he did not. So, alright. That was strange. As we have dugout, That's strange. Alright, well anyway, that is bizarre. So Miguel Cabrera is still up there, I guess. I guess he didn't strike out. And soft ground ball to first. Freeman flips the pitcher covering. Cabrera is out.
Score that 3-1.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller just came into the office after he was out in the field, down on the field, but he's come up to the booth, joining Mr. Brody and I in play-by-play as the Detroit Tigers have tied Seattle. They're scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th, 5-5. So Cabrera grounds out for the second out, brings up Ian Kinsler, who's 0 for 4 on the day, but we have faith in him as we pinch hit for 3 straight batters. We're gonna leave. We don't have anybody left on the bench, so Osmus is hoping that Kinsler is going to send Detroit home with a victory, or else he's going to have to do some maneuvering here in extra innings. So here's the windup in the pitch by Fiend. And the pitch is too high and gets away for Zunino. Wild pitch. Upton's going to move to third. So I thought that was going to be the end of the game. I mean, the end of the inning there, but wild pitch there. And it's Upton will move to third, so the winning run is 90 feet away for Ian Kinsler. We need a 576 and above. And he hits one deep to the left, and it's gonna go. And the Detroit Tiger fans are excited as the dugout empties.
Comerica Park is going crazy!
Thank you for that.
Comerica Park is going crazy!
As Fiend lets up a 2-run dinger to Ian Kinsler, who had been hitless on the day, and the Detroit comes all the way back from a 5-2 deficit to win in the bottom of the 9th by a score of 7-5. Wow, what a game. Definitely a good one to record there. So Detroit. So we're going to go to the box score here. Wow, what an exciting finish that one was. Definitely makes one of the reasons why we do these games. So let's see here. Let's check the box score. Wow. So a walk-off 2-run homer by Ian Kinsler. Anything can happen in baseball. So, alright, so let's check the box score. So, starting pitching. Gallardo for Seattle was great up until the 7th inning, and 7 2/3 innings, 8 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of them earned, 8 strikeouts. It's definitely in line for the win, but bullpen Fiend cannot hold it. As Fiend lets up pitches an inning, lets up 2 hits. The big blow was the 2-run home run with 2 outs to Ian Kinsler. So 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Daniel Norris only lasted 3 2/3 inning for Detroit, allowed 7 hits and 5 runs, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. And the story of the day of the game was the Detroit bullpen, which after that, in 5 1/3 innings pitched, struck out 10 batters, did not allow an earned run and only 2 hits, and 5 1/3 innings of relief, so that Wilson, Hardy, and Jimenez and Ryan held the game close enough for Detroit to come back, and Ryan anyway, gets the win. He goes to 1-0. And the player of the game is definitely going to have to be Ian Kinsler. I'd actually give a co-player of the game to the Detroit bullpen, but we'll just give it to Ian Kinsler, who gives a walk-off 2-run home run with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
The Ryan kid is also the younger nephew of Nolan Ryan.
Thank you for that extra input there. Thank you, Mr. Miller, who's back after a sabbatical. He was out doing some field work.
Whatever that word means.
He's out doing some field work. So, all right. So let's see. Let's take a look at the box score real quick, as this game's gone an hour. So Seattle had 9 hits, 2 RBIs for Haniger, 2 for Dyson, 3 RBIs for Alex Avila, who won a home run. Castellanos had a big 2 runs batted in to help tie the game last inning. And Ian Kinsler 1 for 5 with a big 2-run home run to send the fans home happy. So that's going to be it from Eric from High Ground Gaming with his co-host Mr. Brody and late addition to Mr. Miller with that color play-by-play. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you in the next Digital Diamond Baseball video. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye. Hello, this is Eric from High Ground Gaming. This is a late edition. We had to have a retraction there that Kyle Ryan is no way related to Nolan Ryan. That was a
One of the interns.
misinformation. One of the interns messed up on that.
Yale.
From Yale. Not the one from Harvard. The one from Harvard is fine.
Yep.
So, anyway, we just have a retraction there. So take care and God bless from High Ground Gaming. Bye-bye.